How's it going, mates? This is Mrjacharles. We're back with lovely Overseer. Yeah, you can see over there, and it's lovely. I don't know, I was trying to reform the words and make things smart, but actually I just proved how much of an idiot I am. Alright, but previously, we were starting to train Clarice here. I think her name's Clarice. Clarissa? Clarice? Clarinet? But yeah, she seems alright. She's slightly more outgoing than Lucy, who was literally just a shell. Someone who didn't know how the English language appeared to work. Otherwise, she didn't want to use it anyway. But we made her use a sword, and now she's made the ground vibrate. You know, it's a bit like a Tokyo earthquake over here. It's probably a regular occurrence and absolutely fine, but I thought it'd be a bit exciting to leave on that cliffhanger. And now we're going to see what the fuck's going to happen. Not ready! Not ready! Looks like this is my cue to stop her before things get out of hand. The transformation has already begun to emerge, and so rapidly. As the flow of mana strangely circulates around her, I immediately rush in, immobilize her, and magically bind her again. She lays on the ground, unconscious from my knocking her out. Clarice seems a special one for sure. I'll have to train her more carefully than the rest and figure out her talent sooner than later. Alright, was that literally all I missed? For fuck's sake, I have such bad luck when it comes to this. I can think it'll take another like 20 years for the fucking section to end, and then it only takes like 2 clicks. Alright, fine, but now with the girl which I was curious to end up with, because I have to admit, I'm growing a soft spot for Lucy. But that's only because Luna is a rough, tough and tumble kind of gal, and I kind of prefer girls who are a bit more reserved in gaming. Anyway, I mean, I suppose in real life I prefer ones that actually, you know, have fun and do stuff, other than, you know, drinking constantly. And that. Sorry, I like gamer girls, and none of these girls are gamer girls, so I'll just go for the one that's nicest. Alright, I can afford to relax. Maybe Lunette will agree to spend her free time with me. I love how it says maybe, instead of like, you know, she will. Because we're not sure about Lunette. She's the kind of anything could happen one. Alright, after what she did at the gate, threatening the guards and my life, she needs to be taught a lesson. Rawr. Okay, I called to the guards to bring out the girl in question from her quarters and confront me at the grounds. Within a minute, she arrives through the gate's fence and approaches me in a disgusted manner, with her hands magically bound up. Well, someone doesn't really like that. Gotta say, your hands don't look that bound up. Or is it just like imaginary binds? Please, you again? What is it that you want? I've no time for games. If you're here to train me, then get on with it. The faster the better. I want to get out of here as quick as possible. She shows good instincts and has quickly understood her position as a student in custody. Yep, but she is a bit of a slag and she's not going to make things easy for any of us, is she? Alright, cool. You sure don't be around the bush. I take that as a good sign. Well, this should be easy for me then. Heh, we'll see about that. I dismiss the other guards and bring over some spare equipment. A flimsy piece of armor and a thin metal sword to boot. And then what, is she going to like, you know, Kamehameha the place, not needing any of that bull? She skeptically looks at the gear and huffs in disappointment. You think I'm going to actually train? Oh, you're going to actually train with this junk? What kind of camp is this? I'm not just any old teenager, you know. Do you even know where I come from? Are you like a rich family Xanthe kind of girl? Well, actually, come to think of it, no, I don't know. You don't have a profile on me or anything? That's surprising. I thought you would at least have every single detail of my background and capabilities. Although the mistress has your information on file, I'm the one to take things as they come. To meet my recruits where they are and to drill them without bias. Well, you say that, but we're only seeing the female recruits thus far. I know there are male recruits, but I can't have like a, you know, furry bestie at my side, can I? They all have to be reproducible. I get a better sense of them that way. It makes for a more acute and provisional training as well. Okay. Acute or accurate? Does acute work in that sentence? Oh, whatever. That was like a really bad cough. She's got COVID or something. So now that we're here, let's get this over with then, since you're not one to waste time. I'm Asta, the main lieutenant of the camp. What's your name? Which clan are you from? The wolf girl briefly looks away in silence. Then she answers me bluntly. Also, has she started batting her eyelids trying to look all pretty there? Well, actually she was, and now she's just not using her vision anymore. Oh, that was the longest blink ever. Is she like taking momentary lapses of sleep? Is she that bored of me already? Well, I definitely don't want to date you now. Lunette from the Renegades. Have you stopped blinking now? Born a renegade, die a renegade, or so as the motto goes. Wait, she's from the Renegade clan? The most powerful and feared mafia clan of the Empire? They've been on the watch list for a decade now, and yet no one has had the means to stop them. Well, we've got one of their... Well, I want to say daughters, but she seems a bit too old for that. I wouldn't be surprised if she already had like a wolf husband. I have to tread carefully, especially a renegade that's mana addicted. Lunette must be no pushover. It seems you're in shock. Now do you know who you're dealing with? Coming to my senses, I shrug the fact off. It won't make me any less vigorous against you. I'll make sure to break you down and stamp the mana addiction out of you, no matter what the cost. Heh, I'd like to see you try. Okay, how should I train her then? With force! No, if she wants to be combative, then she needs to be brought down. I can't fool around with her one bit, for a renegade no less. Put on your gear now. No, I only want the best of the best. This pales in comparison. Okay, I have to stamp my foot down. This is where her defiance ends. It's not, because she's going to blow up or something. She's going to... I'm trying to think of something that's not political, but explosive at the same time. She's going to... Gunpowder, treason, and... Oh, I can't think of anything that's not political. I unsheathe my sword and prepare to confront her. I don't think you're in a position to give commands. Put it on now or face the consequences. She dimly looks at me and then finally obeys my command. I'm betting she's doing this because she can't be asked for this shit. Totally don't blame her in that respect. Fine. I would have laid waste you already had my mana not been restrained. You'd be brought down either way before you can make a move. In any case, it's time for your training. Your first lesson will be a test to see how addicted you really are. I won't give you any pointers, and I won't guide you through any process. It's just you and me head to head, and I'm gonna fucking die. Fine, just go on, get on with it then. Okay, so be it. I charge towards her for an attack. One not too aggressive or passive, but just enough to keep her on her toes. I want to see how she responds and uses the mana within her and around her. Without any effort, however, she parries it with her sword. The way she tilted her weapon, she's definitely had fighting experience before. Is this what you call a test? Doesn't seem like one. But I follow up with a counter and sweep her legs to make her lose balance. Oh dear, now we're going to mess up her hair. What? She falls on her shoulder and loses grip of her sword, laying on the ground defenseless. I stare down with my sword pointed at her. There, looks like you're cornered. Okay, I'm not going to think. By the way, can I raise something quick? Is it me, or does it look like Asta's arms are backwards? I only say that because one's pointing the wrong way, the one on the right, and the one on the left is just kind of still bending weirdly. It looks like a backwards retarded fox. Nothing wrong with that. Like, it's still, a good story. And if you want to have a backwards armed fox, that's totally fine. I'm just kind of questioning, was that intentional or not? Maybe I broke my arms at some point and I didn't notice. Maybe the game's going to go all dokey dokey on me. I sincerely hope not. I really don't want that for myself. Okay? Don't you dare underestimate me. A dark blue aura begins to suddenly gather and develop around her. Oh good, she's pissed. Why you? I'll show you what I can do. This is it. Her defense mechanism. Her mana responds to her through her anger, rage, and combative spirit. Training or not, losing is never an option. Not so fast. I activate my trap card. If this turned into a Yu-Gi-Oh game, I'd be the happiest boy in the world. But before she's able to rise to her feet and unleash a spell on me, I quickly pin her down and magically bind her once more. To think I'd already be this uncomfortably close to her, yet suddenly, are we getting off on this? Are we enjoying this? Well, nothing hints that we are. Get off me! With her brute strength, she pushes me off and gets up as her jet black hair swoops against my face. Eat that hair like it's some cotton candy. Don't you ever touch me like that again, you got it? You know I had to, for someone as menacing as you. I don't care. Well, are you going to continue training me or what? Of course, I thought you might never ask. For the rest of the session, I can test her abilities via combat. And that was a good time had by all, I guess. And now we're going back to Neoma. Oh wait, Neoma's sorry, I thought that was Clarissa because they both have red hair. Or reddish hair. Or... they look similar, okay, in some respects. Like the boobs, Like the cleavage. Like the bust. I need a person to make a status report to the administrator. Okay, sounds good. Right, this is where I remember the demo finishing, but I'm pretty sure we didn't have all those in-between steps, because I would have remembered at least... Maybe we did, I don't know. I don't think we went through those steps last time, but I could be wrong. I haven't played this game in years, okay? After training some of my recruits on the given day, the witch calls me to our office for my weekly report. It has not been a week. We barely did like an hour's work. I counted the minutes. As usual, I knock on her door. Mistress Naoma, it's me, Asta. She calls out from the other side of the door. Or is she reading Great Expectations over there? Maybe a nice Franz Kafka novel? Ah, yes, please come in. I enter and find our office replete with antique furniture and a shelf full of books and reports. Wouldn't really call that full. I mean, there's some books there at least. A large portrait of herself is situated just behind her at her desk. I didn't see that, and I doubt very much it's there. Need I remind you to shut the door behind you? Oh, my apologies, mistress. Slipped my mind, I suppose. In meetings like this, I know there's no such thing as being too careful. I approach her desk and take a seat before her, where she presides menacingly over her desk. Right, okay, aren't you meant to be the one in charge here? I'd be a bit concerned if you're the one that's meant to be menacing for me. I'm like your second in command, I'm your lieutenant. You're meant to look after me. You're meant to give me like employee benefits. Free dental if you're nice. So what can you report for the week? Some good news, I presume? Ah, yes, there is. Okay, tell me then. As you know, I'm currently responsible for 3 special girls. They're about my age. First the... I thought I said fine then. First the wolf. Her name is Lunette and she has an athletic build. She's quite skilled in combat and has that natural instinct to survive. Great potential. The wolf, you say? If I recall, wasn't she the one that transformed would have slaughtered you all had it not been for my intervention? Yes ma'am, that was her. Please don't make me look like shit. I will pour my wolfy goodness all over you. She looks at me with a strange glint in her eye. Okay, well, I wasn't ready for that. She's an interesting specimen to say the least. I will keep an eye on her, Asta. Do you understand? Yes, understood. Okay, next. Second, the leopard, named Lucy. Quite unassuming from her first impression, but I must say, she has a gentle spirit. Out of all the candidates, she is the least exposed to the influence of mana. Oh, I see. What did you want chaotic and destructive? Is World War Furry going on right now? Well, it's however surprising, since although she's capable of using mana, she's unable to transform unlike some of the other recruits. Oh, is that right? Do you think this could be some mistake that she's... But Mistress Naoma abruptly interrupts me as she slams her fist down on the desk. Mistake? Oh, how quaint. You think I'm the one making mistakes around here now? I make no mistakes. Lucy is mana addicted. Yes, of course. All right then. Calm your tits, you prima donna fucking Lady Gaga dressed up hag. I briefly pause to readjust. Why are you stopping then? Keep going. Right, lastly we have a cat. Well, I guess she is a cat. She really does look like one of my cats. Except the eyes, because, you know, natural cat eyes are a bit different. Her name is Clarice. Spunky and can be somewhat of a loudmouth. I didn't get that impression. I thought she was just kind of like a clone of Lucy, but slightly more out there. Modest skills, but is able to learn her own. Additionally, she has some control over her mana, but it's not substantial. And of course, she has her own transformation as well. Okay, I see. Very good then. Now, do you have anything else to report besides your personal assessment of their skills and personality? Yes, I fancy all of them and I'm going to make my own harem. No, that is all. Okay. Well, if we said that, we would be surely fired or sent to the next afterlife. If you would like, I can gather more information. No, that wouldn't be necessary. You've done enough gathering. Simply continue your surveillance. Okay, are you asking me to be a perv? Of course, I'll proceed as planned. Excellent. Now? She rises from her desk, comes around, and approaches me at my seat. Even confronting her face to face like this can be unnerving. Based on your facial expressions earlier, as you were speaking, I sense something peculiar. Please don't touch my man boobs. I mean, I kind of trust, I even trust the wolf girl a bit with my man boobs because she has no interest, but you're very intimidating. So I'll just do a small, simple test with you. How does that sound? A test? Yes, a test, nothing more, nothing less. There's no need to be worried, Asta. Hey, that depends on what the test is on, because if it's on German, I'm pretty fucked. Remember, you'll always be safe under my rule. Okay, if you say so. From personal experience, it's always a good idea to follow her command. Yeah, from personal experience. After all, I wouldn't want to be punished for disobeying her, not after what she's done to Gladius. Okay, I'll go through with it then. Splendid. Would you close your eyes for me? Close my eyes? Yeah, it's a very simple and easy task for someone of your stature. Okay, I begin to close my eyes. Good. Then she places both of her hands on the sides of my head. Please don't eat it. I'm not that tasty. From up close, I can feel her breath, breathing slowly, checking my pulse. Let's begin. Who is it that you wish to serve? You, my mistress. What do you mean in order to do? To train the recruits we've gathered, in order to make them Do you not trust me? Are you doing a truth test right now? What else am I meant to do? I don't have an option to lie to you. Alright, promising candidates as students for the academy. Yes, and lastly, if you remember, why have you been hired as my lieutenant? In order to pay my debt to you, and I will be your lieutenant so long as you are in command. Exactly right. You may open your eyes now. Okay, so I guess I'm your sub. Cool. Well, I look forward to being your eternal slave then. Well, everything seems as it should be, and I sense no hint of betrayal in you, and this is how it's going to go down with the girls, isn't it? I'm going to like one, and she's not going to like that. Of course, why would I ever betray you, my mistress? You'll be surprised. Loyalty comes with a price, but perhaps I need not be too worried about you for now. Regardless, you may go now. Until the next time we meet, au revoir. Without another word, I silently leave, saving face. I'll have to resume the command she's given me for now. Alright, so she's a bit frisky, a bit risky, and she likes a bit of bisky. I should have said whiskey, that would have been... Damn it, I've ruined that. Morning. Every day you'll have the chance to make choices on the map to determine what you will spend your time doing. Usually this is something related to work, communication with other characters, or even more leisurely options. What, do we have like a nice sauna around here or something? A work-related event will sap your energy and raise your fatigue, but in return, you'll normally gain gold, which can be spent on gifts or something for yourself. What on earth could I buy for myself? You do need to work, but don't forget to balance it out with your more restful activities or spending time with others. No need to go working yourself to death after all. In order to successfully romance with your potential partners, you must make the right choices to become closer to her, spend time with her, or do other activities, character icon. You can also give her gifts once this opportunity is opened through plot progression. Each of the girls is interested in a different character trait, so you're going to need to develop those in order to catch their eye. For example, working on reports and training your squad will increase your loyalty. However, just developing these traits does not help you if you do not spend time with the girl you have chosen and do not increase the interest or love she has for you. Important plot events will be additionally highlighted with golden sparks. Make sure to follow up on these quickly since they can vanish, losing your part of the plot, or even an entire story. Great, cool, I could lose out on the entire game at this point. Don't forget about another important goal, getting all the characters to pass the test. Will they die if I don't? I mean, I could just reverse time at this point. This is highly desirable to achieve for each, even if you don't wish to follow up on a romance with them. Having individual lessons with each girl several times should be enough to help them solve the problems with their education and get them closer to passing. Good luck! Thanks, I think I'm gonna fucking need it, Jesus. Alright, well I could look into the options here. I can't save the game. Are you for real? I press escape, but I don't want the game to close on me after all my fine progress. So you know what? I'm going to end the game here, or end the video here, and next time we'll figure out what the fuck we're going to do with ourselves. But yeah, this is where it gets interesting. I'm looking forward to making some decisions. I'm kind of more set on Lucy now than Lunette. But really, I'm just going to go for whatever. I mean, if I can make myself like a number one, I don't know. It depends what I can go for. If I can go to be a sorcerer or something, I would consider that. But I don't know. I need to see what I can train, what I can do with myself. But I guess we'll see that in the next episode. But if you want to play the game for yourself, see if you can be a wolf master and get those wolf, leopard cat boobs. There'll be a link to the game in the description down below. And without further ado, little bit of scratch out. It's time. See ya.